think this fight's not going to be born.
No.
Both of these girls is going to get after it. This is going to be okay, let's see what's going to happen
Here we go. No touch of the gloves.
No touch.
I noticed that, Hanacho. The ladies are nice left hand immediately from Petrov. But it's Wegner who's turning it on. Rock'em, sock'em, robots.
Yeah, we're not seeing a lot of defense in this one. We're seeing two ladies getting after this stuff here.
Petrov in on a clinch. She's got a couple underhooks here.
The powerful legs of Petrov. Let's see who's going to dominate the clinch here.
Wegner looks like she's going for a bit of a judo throw here, but Petrov blocking nicely.
Yeah, she needs to get that whizzer in there. Okay, she's content to back off there.
No feeling out process with the ladies.
Not at all. They're getting well acquainted with each other. Nice kick there.
Wegner setting up that kick with her hands that time.
I like to see stuff like that. It's a very nice technique. Oh, nice punch there, though.
Grabbing the back of the head and using that single punch. Petrov turning away. She's in trouble.
I don't think the referee saw that one.
But here she comes. She's back. Wegner in on a knee.
Oh, caralho.
Belly to back here. Petrov. Wegner looking to sink the hooks, but she's unable to get them in. Hanato, is this a little bit of a game plan error on her part here?
On whose part?
On Wegner.
I don't believe so. I think she knows what she's doing here. She wants to, she's throwing some knees. No, I don't think it's a game plan error.
The reason I asked is she was so effective with her striking. Should she separate and go back to that?
I think that sometimes if striking is not your first discipline, maybe you empty your gas tank out a little bit too much striking, and then you feel like you can conserve some energy here because you're so used to these hounds of grappling that it's not tire you out as much.
Oh, nice 1-2 from Alia Wegner, who finishes the round strong with a nice right hand.
Nice work from both the ladies. I like this. Very nice work here.
I think that's Victor Henry in the corner of Wegner.
Yeah, Marylin definitely needs to work on her head movement and some more defense. She's doing good at the offensive aspects, but in terms of defense, she really needs to get the head off the line there and use some feints, learn to slip. You know, you've seen all this stuff.
Absolutely.
This ain't your first audio.
I don't think Marylin Petrov expected the tornado that was coming. I think she knew there was a storm on the horizon.
Yeah.
But Alia Wegner is a Tasmanian devil.
She is. But you know, whether you expect it or not, you gotta be prepared for the stormy weather.
I'm expecting a better round out of Petrov this time. I think she's weathered the storm. We should see a little bit more of a competitive second round. Of course, UFC fighter Albert Morales in her corner, giving her a little bit of advice there.
I hope some head movement was part of the program there.
Neither one of these girls showing a lot of defense so far. But nobody comes to these fights to watch defense, do they, Uncle Hanach?
No, we don't. We came to see them to fight like as if they was fighting over you, Uncle Hanach.
Petrov starting out round two with a nice 1-2. Maintaining a little bit more distance here.
Oh, there was some smoke on that one from Petrov, but it didn't land it. Oh, caray.
Alia Wegner has got cardio for days. This girl's dreams are tied to a horse that will never tire.
God, you got a million of them. Oh.
Marylin Petrov trying to dig to the body, eats a few knees. Wegner now backed up against the cage, once again looking for that judo throw.
Yeah, but Marylin is very strong. Very strong. Both ladies are strong, but Marylin definitely, also her parents, she comes from a Olympic athletic background. Her parents is Olympic, I believe, I want to say Belarusian or some kind of East European athletes.
Alia Wegner starting, well, maybe not. Lands a nice left hand just when I thought she was starting to slow down.
That was smart for Marylin to back off after that. Oh, God, see, she needs to be able to move. She needs to, the footworks. But that's all gonna come. She's already looked much better than in her debut.
The one thing I am noticing, the one tendency from Alia Wegner is she tends to tense up a little bit before she throws one of these flurries.
Hey, and listen, that's why we in the amateurs here. This, you know, for our first fight, for our first amateur fight from Wegner, Porha, she's looked very nice.
Absolutely.
Okay,
The combinations are beautiful.
Yeah, and for our second fight for Marylin, both these ladies is doing a very good job.
Alia Wegner giving Marylin Petrov all sorts of problems in her amateur debut here. Referee asking for more action, and the round comes to a close. Uncle Hanach, a tough fight to score, but how do you have it so far?
You know, I'm looking at the, in terms of damage done, punches landed, techniques landed. I gotta go with Wegner. However, I believe that Marylin is doing also doing a great job.
Fight
but
fans,
she's
give it up for our beautiful ring card girl, Crystal.
I was taking a moment of silence for the ring card girl so I can see the cheeks and inspect and to give it the proper respect.
Hashtag never forget.
God, but I would be remiss if I didn't get back to what we was talking about. So yeah, but I think Marylin Petrov is still in this fight, and she's gonna be headed to go in the third round. I still think on the scorecards, Wegner, but I feel like Marylin Petrov could definitely win this fight. She threw a couple of high hands
the
that
third
if there was
and
connect, I
final
feel
round.
like could be a lights out, you know, a bad night for Wegner. But both these ladies is making their camps proud here. Make no mistakes.
Very impressive performance from both of these young ladies. Marylin Petrov's systems, family, imploring her to move forward here in this final round, perhaps sensing that she might be down 2 rounds to none. That's the way we have it on our
very nice
right hand. And if you notice, Wegner keeps her chin a little bit high there, Hanach.
Yeah.
Especially when she's combo.
Oh, God,
that combo. She got rocked right there.
Yes, she did. But both of them is guilty of that at points at some point in this fight. I don't know. Okay, we back.
We back. Petrov only has 2 minutes in the amateurs. We only have 2-minute rounds, so there's not a lot of time for her to leave an indelible impression on the judges scoring this fight.
Yeah, you gotta work fast in the amateurs.
And one thing that the amateur judges do look a lot for is action.
That's correct.
And so far, Wegner's been the one with the volume.
That's absolutely right. But you know,
she got caught.
In this round, it's been almost all Petrov.
Petrov taking control here.
But
in the third round, but will it be enough?
Yeah, she's not seen the urgency, the time, the clock is against her in this situation. Wegner slowing down a little bit, but still throwing some nice technique.
Wegner's still moving forward, but a little bit less gas in the tank. A lot less volume coming out.
Yeah, both ladies are starting to show a little bit of signs of tiring.
Ooh, nice body kick from Petrov.
Nice. I think was like a little smile of respect there.
Catches her with a nice left hand, but it looks like Alia Wegner's going to survive this third round.
I think that both ladies, you know what, have to respect each other after that. You know, I think there was some animosity in the beginning, but, you know, I think after that, they both gained each other's respect.
Marylin Petrov, definitely the fresher of the two fighters at the end of the fight. But is it going to be enough to overcome those first 2 rounds?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look. I mean, I know both of these fighters, and they both. I like both these girls, but I can't really see it going any other way than either 2-1 for Wegner or to be a draw. I don't think that. I just feel that in the first 2 rounds, Wegner just landed just a whole lot more of technique. But having said that, I seen crazier stuff to happen.
Absolutely. This is definitely one of the more unpredictable sports.
You could say that. You could say that again.
And unfortunately, it's more so for what happens outside of the cage more often than not than what happens inside of it.
Yeah. And let me tell you something. Inside the cage right now, both these chicks is looking just as fine as they did when they was walking in there. So that's the only thing I'm concerned with. I wouldn't mind them to came out and held the cards for a couple of the fights. If I'm in charge this promotion.
Well, you would be remiss.
Oh God, you don't want to see what I would have had if this is my promotion.
I would not want to allow you to digest.
Oh God, there's a lot of people whose digest would be affected by that one.
All right, so far this has been one hell of a card. 15-second KO by Vlad Kochev on a lights-out right hand, and then these two women go to absolute war inside the Spar Star cage. You can tell just how long it's taken the judges to add those 10s and 9s. You know,
yeah, it's very, it can always be difficult.
You would think with the time it's taken to add up these scorecards that they'd be doing.
Yeah, they'd be doing some trigonometries over there.
Hey, leave Frank Trigg out of this.
Hey, and shout out to Frank Trigg and also his son. I think also Frank Trigg. I don't know. I can't remember that. Frankie.
UFC Hall of Famer. Frank Trigg.
That could have been me, but I had other stuff to take care of.
Well, I'm pretty sure you're in every other Hall of Fame, aren't you?
That's true, and I don't want to, I don't want to be greedy here. I'm just want to wet my beak a little.
I did notice that one of your arch rivals actually lost a match, a fight recently. One of your favorite names to hear out loud, Vinny Magalesh, just lost a title shot with World Series of Fighting in a fight that he was pretty well handled.
Yeah, I was aware of that. I saw that. The rest of the people saw that. There was no question about that. But.
Is there any truth to the rumor that you were actually training Branch for that fight?
I have trained with Branch because he's also trained with Hanzinho. I have Hall with Branch. I have shown him some of my tricks, but not in a long time. But he probably retained a lot of that, and I'm sure the animosity he
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, once again, let's give both ladies a big round of applause.
All right, let's get the official decision here for this excellent second fight of the evening between Alia Wegner and Marylin Petrov.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have our decision. Judge at ringside, Doc Nelson Hamilton, scored the bout 30-27, while both judges ringside, Larry Landless and Mike Bell, scored the bout 29-28 in favor of our winner by unanimous decision, Alia Wegner.
All right, Alia Wegner. I now 1-0, and look at this. She's got a beautiful guest coming into the cage with her.
Very nice. Now, you know what? I feel like
nice show of love between these two ladies.
I feel like that Alia won the fight, but I think only 2 of the judges got it right.